This is going to be a different type of video. I'm going to try to be because it's kind of a touchy subject for me. Today's video is going to be about when I found out I had an ovarian cyst and my experience when my ovarian cyst ruptured. We got to go back a few years ago. I actually fractured my femur way back. That's a story within itself. So one day I had to go get an MRI done of my hips. When I was getting my MRI done on my hips, they of course scanned my abdominal area. So I wait, and shortly after I get the results back for my MRI, which kind of confirmed that I fractured my femur and I have some issues with like my hips, which I already knew because I fell off a rope. But anyway, another story for another day. When the doctor is pulling up my imaging to show me my hips, he said, "Hey, do you know that you have a cyst?" And I was like, "No." I said, "What cyst?" And he shows me. So if you guys look in the picture, I'm going to try to insert it here or just do a side by side or there, wherever I put it. He pretty much told me, like, you have a cyst that's like 3 centimeters. I was like, I don't even know what that means. He starts telling me it's an ovarian cyst, but he's not specialized in that field to really go in depth with me. But he was telling me that he thinks that I should go get it checked out. I said, "Well, can I get the picture?" So that's the picture you guys see. Not gonna lie, it freaked me out. I didn't know what I was looking at. It just was something abnormal to me. So I kind of got nervous and I rushed to Google to see like, what does this mean? I called at the time my doctor. I was active duty in the military. I'm trying to get something scheduled so they can help me understand what this ovarian cyst in my stomach means and like, do I need surgery? I'm really lost about the whole thing. I ended up, I'm laughing, but it ain't funny, but because they played me. But anyway, my PCM, or my doctor in military terms, pretty much tells me like a few weeks later that it's nothing, it's a normal thing, it happens to a lot of women, blase, 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 blase. I was telling her like, "Well, you don't think the size matters? Like, it's kind of large." She was like, no, it's fine. And so I'm like, okay, well, why would my doctor, just kind of make it seem like it's nothing? Like, she had kind of this nonchalant type of attitude, like, "Oh, it's normal, a lot of women get it, blah, blah, blah." And I'm thinking that it's not a big deal. This is where I kind of feel let down and kind of disappointed. And later, this turns into me being furious. Months later, I go get my tonsils removed. And when I got my tonsils removed, I'm on bed rest, blah, blah, blah. I'm at home. And this was around Thanksgiving time frame. I'm laying on the couch, recovering from this other massive surgery, and I feel a sharp pain. I'm gonna try to back up so y'all can see. I feel a sharp pain right here. And I'm like, no. I'm like, do I have kidney stones? I'm thinking like I have kidney stones. I start, I'm talking to my husband. "Hey, I'm having this pain in my stomach. It hurts so bad." So he is just like, "You might have kidney stones. Drink water." So he starts passing me water, and I'm just chugging the water, trying to like help whatever is going on in my stomach because it was in so much pain. I'm talking about, y'all, I felt like something was really wrong. I started sweating. The room was hot. It was a lot of energy, a lot of bad energy going on at the time. And I was just like, "Babe, I gotta go to the hospital because this water isn't working. It's really hurting." And mind you, this is around Thanksgiving, so I'm like, I don't really want to go to the hospital, but I really felt like something was really wrong. So he takes me to the hospital, and I get up there, and they say, "Yeah, you had an ovarian cyst burst. It ruptured." I was like, "What?" And I'm like really confused. And here's why. When I went to the doctor, like I said, the first time, she was really nonchalant about the fact that I had an ovarian cyst and kind of made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. So she never told me that it could possibly rupture or anything like that, or it could possibly cause me pain in the future. So I was really thrown off by this. And I was laying there in excruciating pain, really mad. And I remember telling the doctor, like, I had told my doctor that I had a cyst, and she never really told me what to expect. She just told me it's a normal thing. And again, at the hospital, like, "Yeah, it's common, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's just a normal, blah, blah." And I'm going to be honest. I don't like that when I go to the doctor or the hospital and I'm in pain as the patient, somebody telling me, oh, it's normal, blah, blah. No, I personally feel like that's BS. I don't feel it's normal for me to be in pain. That's how I feel. I don't feel like whatever I'm going through, don't just be like, oh, it's normal, it's this, it's that. I don't like that. Like, why? Anyway, so I was really upset, really mad. They give me some medicine through my IV to kind of help with the pain because it was excruciating. And they pretty much sent me on my way. And Army / military, notorious for giving ibuprofen and Tylenol for the pain. Well, that's what they gave me. They gave me ibuprofen and some Tylenol. And the amount of pain I was in, I was kind of shocked that that was all that they prescribed me. Mind you, this is what they usually do for everything. Like even when I fractured my femur, my doctor gave me ibuprofen because she didn't really think I fractured my femur, and I was walking around with it for a week. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But they did the same thing here, and I get home and I'm like catching a fever and I'm sweating, I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling like something's still not right with me. I go back to the hospital the next day and they're like, oh, you're running a fever. So I had a fever of like 106 or something crazy. You know, I just feel like they really didn't help me the first time I went, and then the second time, I don't even know how I caught a fever from this, but I did. I guess my body was still reacting to the burst. I don't know. But I felt bad for my husband because like he was like taking me back and forth to the hospital because I'm just sickly at this point and no one's really taking it serious. Mind you, they tried to make me go back to work after I figured out my cyst burst, and they knew I was in pain. I was at work the next day and, you know, pretty much like, hey, I was just in the hospital, like something's not right with me. But, you know, people didn't really think it was a serious thing. You know, it's a thing in the military where, you know, when you say you're sick, for some reason, some people in those leadership positions may not believe you. And that's what I kind of felt like I was dealing with again. So luckily for me, I exited the service. I had the same problem again where I was feeling like I have this pain in my stomach, and I go to a off-post OBGYN. Well, the off-post OBGYN was just like, okay, yeah, you have fibroids. And I was like, okay. He's telling me I have fibroids and I have ovarian cysts, and he's telling me I could do a surgery where they can go in through my belly button and help release some of the fluid out of my stomach. And that should help with the pain. But he also told me that it wasn't going to be something that I would just need to do once. He said I may have to come back a few different times to keep doing the same surgery. So when he told me that, I was like, oh, I don't really know about that. I'm not gonna lie, also, I wasn't really comfortable with this OBGYN. Like I said, I feel like he was just kind of downplaying my symptoms, and I kind of feel like he felt me too. And I don't know if it's just the area I'm in, because right now I'm in Louisiana, and I'm not gonna lie, the healthcare here sucks. Like, I cannot wait to move because it is trash. And it seems like a lot of times when I'm trying to get specialty care with things, that it's just like the care is just not very good. Hoping when I move that I have a better experience with the OBGYN. I also feel like I get like weird vibes from people. Like he was really giving weird vibes, so I never went back. When he told me like, oh, these sort of fibroids and ovarian cysts are common in African American women and blah, blah, blah. And he's just, again, everyone kind of has this nonchalant attitude like I should just kind of suck it up and it's normal. And I'm like, why is pain being, you know, told to me that it's normal? I don't know if everybody else experiences this when they go to the doctor, but a lot of the time when I go to the doctor, I feel like the doctors are minimalizing my pain and what I'm feeling. And I do wonder, does everybody get that same treatment? Like, please comment down below if you guys go to OBGYNs or, you know, any sort of care. Is the care generally like when you say you're in pain, that somebody's like, okay, we're gonna, like, do they kind of react to the pain, or do they just kind of say, oh, it's nothing, it's normal? I really want to know, because I just feel for me, for some reason, it does get brought up, the fact that I'm Black and that I'm a woman, and what's historically known to happen to, I guess, women that look like me and what they think. And it's just kind of I don't know, I kind of feel like ready to shush me out the door, like, okay, another case like this, I don't really like it. I didn't end up getting the surgery. When I move, I do plan on getting some sort of treatment or talking to somebody about this further. I did get prescribed medicine for my, I guess my cramps. I don't know if it's supposed to help with my ovarian cyst pain too, but I really didn't like how that medicine was affecting my period, so I stopped taking that. And I think I'm just going to hold off on anything else until I can talk to someone that I feel like really understands and cares about what's going on with me the way I do. So I wanted to kind of also talk about like the kind of everyday kind of issues that I face with my ovarian cyst. Now, I did go to the doctor and I also told them like, hey, it's sometimes painful when I have intercourse because I think the cyst does affect that as well. And I have bloating. I have days where my stomach is just in pain. Sometimes I'm in pain so much to where I feel nauseous. I still have these ruptures, but now I can kind of identify when I have a rupture. I think by that intense pain I feel, and if it gets really bad, I know I need to go to the hospital. But I'm not gonna lie, the symptoms that I feel with my ovarian cysts are not pleasant. I feel like they do affect my everyday life, and just try to kind of go through life and not really pay attention to the things like that, but it does affect me on a day-to-day. And I just try to kind of be strong about it and still be functioning. But a lot of times I'm just like totally over it. Sometimes I cry about it. Sometimes I'm really emotional about it. But I really feel like I'm not the only one that has these sort of feelings about their ovarian cysts or them reoccurring and them being like something that affects their life or their sex life or just their work life, whatever life you have. I know that I'm not the only one that deals with that, which is really why I wanted to make this video, because I feel like just knowing that someone else is experiencing the same thing as you makes you not feel alone. Because when I was dealing with certain things, I did feel alone. I kind of, besides my mom, I really didn't feel like I had many people I could go talk to about what was going on with me, or many people that could relate to what I'm talking about. You may have friends, but they may not even know how you feel. Like, they will always be like sympathetic, but unless, somebody actually, I think, has an understanding because they've experienced it, it's kind of hard to be, it just kind of makes you feel alone. This video is for the women that struggle with it just like I do. So you aren't alone. I'm not alone. I know y'all are out there. So I do hope that this helped. I know that this was more so just like kind of me talking about my experience. Sometimes just sharing your experience can be what is helping somebody else. So if you found this video useful, please go ahead and leave a like down below. I really appreciate the love and support. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.